morning everyone, and thanks for joining in. Let's just be humble and raise our kundalini and put ourselves in a protection. Today we keep it really simple. We'll just go through a short guided meditation, which is a bit of an explanation as well. And that brings us in a state where we realize who we really are. That we are a little bit more than our mind and our feelings. And this process, and when you then go into a state of being in complete stillness, that is actually called self-realization. And you can actually feel that this happens. It's something physical that changes in your body and in your nervous system. So let's just get started. So you have your shoes off with your feet on the earth, because the earth brings us back in balance. And have your hands on the lap with the hand palms up, because we receive this as a gift, which is always for free. So let's put our hands on our right hand, is where we take action. And with our left hand, we want things and we desire things, and that's where we receive. So put your right hand on the left side, on the lowest part of the abdomen, just above where your leg starts. So your hand is on the left hand side. This is the center of our knowledge. Now, some of our knowledge we get from books and from school, but true knowledge about us, about ourselves and how things really stack up in the world is really already in ourselves. So here, and if we ask for this knowledge, it gets awakened and we can actually feel it on our nervous system. So before, we have no idea who is lying and who is not lying, and how things really are about ourselves, if we're doing the right thing or not. So all this knowledge is already in ourselves. So here we ask, really humbly and full of confidence, we ask, please give me true knowledge. Please give me true knowledge. And just ask that as many times as feels right for you. Please give me true knowledge. Now put your hands a little bit higher, so just left of the navel, the solar plexus. So your right hand, it's all your right hand that moves around. So your right hand is on the left side of your body, just left of the navel. Now this area is the area where you are, where you know what is right and what is not right. So it is like your master or your teacher. And it's a bit like your gut feeling, but stronger. So often we just know that we should do something or we shouldn't. And then a bad day always starts with feeling you shouldn't do something, and then you do it anyway. And then things all go wrong and you knew you shouldn't do that. And most people have this feeling, but they suppress it so much that it just goes numb. But if you listen to it amazing things will happen. It's often like just suddenly taking another street and then running into, you know, seeing an accident where you can help, or just leaving a little bit earlier or a little bit later, and then, you know, you find an animal that needs help, or that kind of things. So it's this gut feeling that is your master, and the more you realize who you are and go inwards in tune with yourself, the stronger this becomes. So here we acknowledge, I am my own teacher. I am my own master. I am my own teacher. Now also these two centers, of course we are part of the energy of the whole world, we are part of the earth, but these two lower centers are also very strongly connected to the ocean. And we all know, like if you go to the beach and you walk around a little bit, or have a swim or have a surf, that no matter how you feel 100 times better when you have been in the ocean. So that is because the ocean is massive, and it clears your energy. So when you're stressed, when you do a lot of thinking, it actually all gets cleaned out. And that's because we're part of it, and that's because the ocean cleans us. So it's actually a really good thing to go for a surf, to go for a walk on the beach. Very good for these centers. And it also explains why you're feeling so good when you've been there. Now move your hand to your heart, on where your physical heart is, a bit on the left hand side. And here we acknowledge that we are not just thinking, and we're not just emotions. Sometimes our thinking and emotions go way out of balance and over the top. But you can often see that it's happening, but you can't do anything about it, or it feels like you can't do anything about it. But when you acknowledge and when you know that in yourself is a core or essence that is more than thinking and emotions, then you can witness all this stuff of what's going on in yourself and acknowledge that you are much more than that. And that's the whole process of going within and realizing that you're also a witness, or that you are awareness. And in a lot of places this is called the spirit. So I'll just use that word. So here you acknowledge that you are aware and that you are the spirit. So you say here, I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am the spirit. Now put your hands half on the neck, half on the shoulder. This is the area that goes a bit out of balance when you feel guilty. Now we can feel guilty for lots of reasons. Sometimes we do things wrong. We are all humans, we all make mistakes. And when we do stupid things, we feel guilty. And in some way that's a good thing, because you actually feel you're doing something wrong. So if you do that, then just don't do it, because then you don't feel guilty. But sometimes guilt is a bit more complicated, like it can come from your parents or from the society. They want you to do things, or they want you to make a lot of money, or have a big job, or you know, whatever, or you need to be very muscular or looking a certain way, and it can make you feel guilty if you don't. Now this is kind of really useless guilt, and we just shouldn't comply to that and just follow our own master, the teacher in ourselves. So if we have these feelings, you don't have to think about it, but here you can just say, I am not guilty. I am not guilty at all. I am not guilty. And just say that full of confidence, without thinking about what happened. I am not guilty at all. Now put your hand over your forehead. And this is the center of forgiveness. Now, we all go through a lot of stuff in our lives. And some things good and also some things really bad. And also we do a lot of good stuff, but we also make lots and lots of mistakes. Now, if we keep on dwelling in what happened to us, it really consumes us. So forgiving someone is not about this person. So some people do really bad things to you, and if you forgive them, it's not about them. It's all about yourself, because if you keep on being angry about it or feeling hate or whatever, you're just stopping yourself from moving on. So forgiveness, forgiving someone else is all about yourself and setting yourself free. So here you say full of confidence, I forgive myself and I forgive everyone. I forgive. And this is one of the most important things for us. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone. I forgive. Now put your hand on the back of your head. And sometimes it looks like life is completely random, but it's not. And it looks like there's a lot of coincidences in your life, but they're not. It's very gentle, but very gently you get guided through learning your lessons and finding who you should be in your life. And here, while we go ahead making mistakes, doing great things, here we just ask for forgiveness if we have made mistakes. Sometimes you think about it, or you have this feeling that something is wrong, or you've done something wrong and you don't know how to get through it. Here you can just ask for this forgiveness. So you can say, if I have made any mistakes, please forgive me. If I have made any mistakes, please forgive me. So life is not random. There's no coincidences. And there is a higher force that organizes everything. Nature, as you can see, is completely organized. There's leaves just gently move around so that they all get some sunlight. Now animals behave as they should. They don't eat more than they need. They behave as they should. It's only humans that have a free will that make an absolute mess of it sometimes. And that's why the world is in the place where it is. That is not a divine choice. So there is a force that creates, and that creates the beauty of nature, of the ocean, creates the beauty of humans, the nice side of it. And this creative force, you can also call it unconditional love. And if you ask for this force to be in a silence and to realize who you really are, so that's self-realization, it takes you there. So when meditation happens, it happens beyond your feelings and beyond your intellect. Just in a state where you're completely silent and where you can feel the peace in yourself and where you can feel a joy in yourself. So we're going to ask for this. So put your hand, the hand palm, on your fontanelle bone. So that's a bit forward from the crown of your head. And you circle there clockwise. And you ask, full of confidence here, please take me into silence. Please give me my self-realization so that I really realize who I am inside. Please give me my self-realization. And please take me into meditation, into an awareness where there's no thoughts, where I can hear everything, I'm aware of everything, but I don't have any thoughts. Please give me my self-realization. So now raise your hand about 10 to 30 centimeters right above that spot where your hand was on your head. And you can actually feel the cool coming out of your head, like a cool sensation. This is where we're going to be in meditation, into thoughtless awareness. So full awareness, but no thoughts. So we're gonna enjoy this awareness without thoughts just for a few minutes in silence. Now when you bring yourself more regular into this thoughtless awareness, which is the real meditation, you can just witness all the craziness of how people are and how crazy this world is, and sometimes yourself as well. So things look completely, you look at things from a completely different perspective in thoughtless awareness. And it's because you're just witnessing it and not get stuck to it, like being attached. You actually have time to feel joy inside yourself. So the next song, it doesn't matter if you like it or not. You don't have to think about that. You just be aware of it from thoughtless awareness, so from a point of meditation, and then it becomes something completely different. So just go back to the thoughtless awareness above your head, and then just meditate while this song is on. It's the song Still My Soul Be Still, of finding that peace in yourself. Let's just be in thoughtless awareness, in meditation, above our head, beyond our emotions and thinking, just for a few minutes. I'll play a little bit of a talk of Shri Mataji. Now, Shri Mataji started her work of teaching people meditation once her daughters were married, and she did that always for free. She never ever asked any money for anything. So she was a very special person, and there on YouTube there's at least 10,000 of her talks. So once her daughters were married, she has been very busy teaching us this information, and that can bring out more divine aspects in ourselves and how we do it, and in the process makes us a lot happier and joyful and more peaceful. So listen to this. You might not understand what she's saying, or you might not hear everything, so just treat it as a meditation that you listen to. So bring your attention above the head.
You have to know that truth is what it is. We cannot conceptualize it with our human awareness. We cannot order it. We cannot manipulate it. We cannot organize it. It is what it is, has been and will be. And what is the truth? Truth is that we are surrounded, or we are penetrated, or we are nourished, looked after and loved by a very subtle energy, which is the energy of divine love. The second truth is that we are not this body, this mind, these conditionings, this ego, but we are the spirit. You don't have to accept what I'm saying blindly, because blind faith leads to fanaticism. But as scientists, you must keep your mind open and see for yourself what I am saying. If it is so, honestly, you must accept it. We know so much through science about our civilization, our advancement. This is the advancement of a tree which has grown outside very much. But if we do not know our roots, we will be destroyed. So it is important to know about our roots. And this is what it is that I would say are our roots. As you can see, there are 7 centers within us. And these subtle centers are placed in the spinal cord and in the brain.
Let's just be a few minutes in meditation, in thoughtless awareness, above our head.
We manifest the energy for the use of our plexuses.
I'm gonna put some music on. You can turn the music off if you like to meditate in silence. And I'm gonna say goodbye here, but we still have music for a few minutes. Just in your own time, when you're ready, raise your Kundalini, put yourself in protection. And thanks so much for joining. The top of my head is very cool, and it's not just the cold weather. And have a wonderful day.